Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a loaded bag from start to finish. I was asked if I wanted to do a loaded bag, and I'm always game for a challenge. I've never done one before, so wish me luck. We're going to do it from start to finish. So here we go. I just want to show you what I plan on putting in the bag, which is some little envelopes that I stamped out some lady images from, and this is a Hero Art stamp. It's a Hero Art stamp set, and this is it. And these ladies, I love these ladies, and I told you all about these hats before. Like my mom owned, or we still have it, this hat. She has a hat just like that, but she would wear all of those hats. So whenever I got the stamp set, I was just like, it reminded me of my mom. So anyway, I'm going to be putting these envelopes in the bag some kind of way, or maybe just in the packaging, because I stumped them out for her. And then I got these 3 little bags from the Dollar Tree, and I figured I could just cover one up and decorate it and send it off, because this one is ruined. And I'm not sure if I ruined it or if it came ruined. I didn't check it out because I was like, yay, bags. And I got it. We're going to be using this velvet leaf paper stack from Die Cuts with a View. And I don't have a theme. The only thing is, she says she likes planners. So I guess I'm kind of left to my own devices to do whatever I want, which is awesome. So I'll try to take this and cut this out for her as a cut apart, because it has some things she can definitely put in her planner. Maybe she uses a big one like the Happy Planners, or she could have an Erin Condren or a Happy Heidi Swap one. I'm not sure. I know a little bit about planners, but I'm not into planning, so just keep that in mind. I didn't see any paper that moved me, so I'm going to go into this one and see. And this is the Midnight Berry one, and it's also Die Cuts with a View. I love how they have shimmery, shiny paper, the gold foiling on the inside. I love that a lot. So this is even a nice cut apart she can get if I use this paper pad, I guess. I've decided to use this paper. I want to try to stay away from a lot of foiling, like mirror image paper. So I'm going to use this one. And let me go ahead and tear it out and cut it. Okay, I've cut the pieces. And I'm just going to, which I just realized that I made a slight error, which is okay. I should have cut one side shorter because I want to keep this little fold available. I'm going to try and put something behind there. So I'm basically decorating this white bag, and I was going to paint the bag, but no, not anymore. I changed my mind. So I am going to adhere this down with some tape runner. And I'm thinking that I may have to get rid of these handles, but I don't want to get rid of the handles because that was the whole purpose of getting this little bag. But they are getting on my nerves and they're in the way. But we're going to try to keep them as long as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this down, and then I'm going to recut one of them to just cover, because I want this bag to be like this, but I want this flap to be open because I want to use that little flap. So let me go ahead and tape this side down first, and I'm just using my regular tape runner, and I'm gonna pause the video, and come back once I have that side adhered. Okay, so I have the front, well, one side done, complete, and I have the other side complete. So now I need to make some stuff to put inside of here, and I'm not going to put anything on the inside as in decorate it, or the sides, because I wish I had my stapler, because I would staple it on these sides, or if I had some type of hole punch to punch it and put some strings on, but I don't have that kind of stuff yet. I do have a stapler, but I don't know where it's at. That's the story of my life, right? And I'm not sure everything that should be going in this. I know that some things go in planners, and so I'm just going to try to get some washi tape and do some washi samples, and we'll be back. Okay, so some of the stuff that I already pre-made is laying around on my desk, which are these little tiny envelopes. I think these are very cute. And I got this, it's a punch I got, and I punched out about 4 or 5 of them. So I'm just going to take those and put them in one of my little glassine bags, and that's going to be a part of what's going in the bag. I have to figure out what I want to do to the outside, and generally whenever I make pocket letters, I tend to gather the goodies first, or the things that go inside, and then my brain can function on the outside. I'm not sure why it does that, but that's just how I'm hardwired, I guess. And I may use this for decorating. I want to make a rosette for her as well, so I need to get out my scoreboard and score some paper. So that's what we'll be doing next. Before I make the rosette, I wanted to make a few paper clips for her to put in her planner. And I'm going to use these 2 little owls, which I think are very cute. And I've been contemplating what to do on the back, because it's a sticker, so it's already going to be adhered. So I think I'm going to use a button, only because I like buttons and I want to share my button-like with the world. Okay, so while my glue gun is heating up, I'm not using Old Faithful, I'm using another one. I just wanted to show you all what I did. I just took some of my paper clips that I have, and I put them in this washi tape container. I'm going to put this in the bag. So I'm going to send her this, some buttons, various buttons, those envelopes that she can do whatever she pleases with it, some anchors, and then these little sequin butterflies, hearts, and little circles. And I'm going to try to figure out how I can pull these off and put them on another page for some tags to be used, because this is like a matchbook, but I'm going to find something else to do with that. Then some washi samples, and then we'll be done. So I've decided to leave the back on here, only because I think it will be less mess for me to create this paper clip, and it won't be sticky on everything, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, so I think that looks cute. What do you think? I know I'm not live, but tell me what you think downstairs in the comment section, please. And I'm going to try to use some clothespins to put on there to apply, and then I'll make the rosette. So what have you all been up to lately in your crafting? I have not been my normal self lately. I haven't been feeling so great, so I haven't been able to watch a lot of the people that I'm subscribed to. only because I just want to come home and lay down, but I can't do that. So I like the orange one a lot better than the green one, even though green is my favorite color. I think it's because the circle or the roundness of the button just flows and goes with it. And then I want to do this little cat, this cat head. But I need a back, something to go on the back. So let me find something to go on the back. I thought I had my circle punch on my desk, but I don't. Oh, I do. Yay. My memory's not that bad, I guess. So I'm going to use this circle punch just to quickly punch out a circle. And wish me luck to not burn myself. I'm not sure if you all have noticed lately that the stores are starting to try to sell all the things that we've been creating as crafters. And it's kind of sad, but you know, not everyone can make a flip book, so people are selling flip books. Not everyone can make this, so people are selling them. And I'm not talking about handcrafted things. I'm talking about people at the big box store. They're starting to sell them. So his head is a little crooked, but I think he'll do. So I'll put those 3 little things as well in her bag. All right, so I'm gonna take these little clothespins and I'm going to adhere this big old flower on there. Hopefully it'll stay. And hopefully she'll be able to use it, because this is rather small and the flower is rather big. But I don't have any small flowers yet. So we'll see how it works. If it doesn't work out well, then I won't include it. It'll be my prototype. I'll just keep it to see where I went wrong besides the size. So I just put some hot glue on there and I'm just pressing it down. And I think, yeah, look at that. You can't even tell it's a clothespin. That looks great. Looks awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'll do one more. I think, yep. But I'll make this one closer to the end so it's easier to open. So I'll put it like on a leaf. A petal, not a leaf, a petal. So like right here. When are you all going to start doing your fall crafting? I know it's summer and school just got out for a lot of people, but I have seen at Hobby Lobby that they already have their Christmas stuff out. So when are you going to start planning for your Halloween, Thanksgiving parties? I'm not going to ask you about Christmas because you know we're doing Christmas in July. But when are you going to start doing your fall crafts or preparing for fall? I live in an apartment, so I don't ever decorate my house or my apartment. But a lot of people do decorate every holiday, which is awesome. I don't really like this glue gun that I'm using. It's the Aztec High Temp glue gun. It's this one. I like my Sure Binder a lot better, the one I got from the hardware store. Because when it's hot, it's hot. And right now I'm running out of patience with my glue gun, I guess you could say. So here we go. So that's 2 little things. I don't know if I'll want to make any more loaded bags. Because, you know, your goal is to always do something nice or create something beautiful. But sometimes I struggle so much with creating things for people that sometimes it's just easier not to do swaps with people. I know that sounds weird or crazy, but it's the truth. I think I'm going to make her some of my um, Dollar Tree paper clips as well. And I have enough to make 3, so I'm going to go ahead and do that really quickly. I'm going to take it off of the backing. Okay, so I just wanted to come back on and tell you all that I used some wet glue on a previous set of these uh, paper clips, and the wet glue, because it wasn't dry, it oozed out and got on other ones, and they didn't work out for me. So I just I'm using this glue right here, a glue stick, which hopefully it works out since it's an off brand. And I know that some off brands work better than others, so hopefully it does right by me. And now I'm going to do this pail. I love this little pail, and I got some of these that I need to I want to make something else with, and I will be sharing that with you all later, probably more so in the month of July versus the month of June, because I have so much craziness going on in my life right now that it's probably easier for me to focus on one thing at a time versus how I'm normally all over the place. I'm not sure if a lot of left-handed people are like that. I know that left-handed people do tend to be a little bit more frantic in their thoughts. And this is not something that I've made up. This is, proven fact. And I think that we're more frantic because they say that left-handed people, again, all facts, not something that I have made up. They say that left-handed people are more creative in some regards versus right-handed people. So I know a lot of right-handed people that are super creative though. But I just wonder if that's why, because we're always trying to think of different things to do or whatever. Some left-handed people, some, they say that we tend to be more creative in some regards, but it is what it is. I just have a lot of frantic thoughts right now. Frantic may not even be a good word, more like manic thoughts. Work is going to hell in a handbasket. As I've told y'all all before, I don't really like discussing work, but it's so chaotic right now for me that I kind of at my wit's end. I have an employee who wants to quit, and I told them, I encouraged them to seek other employment. It just takes so long for us to get a replacement. I'm not sure if you all have coworkers that do jack, meaning nothing, but that's how some of my coworkers are. And it's annoying because if they think that they're doing awesome when they really are sucking. But anyway, I don't want to discuss that anymore. It's going to get me upset, and I don't want to be upset. I like this ice cream cone. I wish it was real. You guys remember, what is it? Mad Science? Not Mad Science. Weird Science. Weird Science. When they make that formula, and they create those creatures, and they create that lady from the magazine. I think she has half a body or whatever. I know I'm not the only one that remembers that. So I'm just making sure I get the swirl on the right side. So, yep. And I'm just adhering glue. I like to be liberal. Use as much, use what I think is going to hold. Because when you skimp on some things, it doesn't turn out properly. And I always tell people, especially my aunt, I tell her, and I used to tell my mom this also, you get what you pay for. If you buy something for 50 cents and you wanted to do a $3,000 job, remember you spent 50 cents on it. And I'm just gluing this down. Y'all can't see it. It's out of frame. And I always try to make the paper clips match. I try at least to make them match, but sometimes it doesn't work. I think what I'm going to do is stop the video right here because we're at 20 minutes or 20 plus minutes, and then I'll just do a part 2 so we can all learn together, I guess, or see where I go from here, because I haven't decorated this bag yet. And even though this, I think what I always do is I always get pretty paper. And in my opinion, pretty paper doesn't always need to be decorated, because this bag now, you can't really tell it was just a plain old white bag. It's really pretty just like that. But I do want to put something on here, maybe a flower or two. Not something I've made, a flower, a real, not a real flower, but a pretend flower on here, since this is what we have going on, flowers. And then I need to figure out how I'm going to put all this stuff in or on the bag, because this definitely doesn't match the bag, right, that thing. But I'm all over the place right now, so I am going to end the video and collect some thoughts, maybe go get some water or drink some tea, and then we'll be back at it at a later date and time. So I will post this video, and then we'll work on the rest of it when I come back. Thank you all for watching. Happy crafting.